Uh, Today we are going to have a seminar presentation by Dr. Vidya V. Devan on the topic GST and its impact on local self-government revenue, a study with a special reference to Kerala. Based on a study uh, jointly prepared with her and Minu and Anida Mount. And I was actually thinking about what I should be talking, so I decided that I should not be talking. First of all, there is no room for introducing the speaker. Secondly, if we are indeed an interacting community, you all should be knowing what she and the group is doing if we are an interactive community. And I presume that we are an interactive community and you know. And the only thing which I wanted to say was that this is a study which was commissioned by uh, the, the present State Finance Commission, seventh State Finance Commission. So ideally, I was actually saying that ideally, it would have been more useful if the chairman is here, but he will be online. These are the things which I prepared to speak. Uh, then I was told the person is right here. So now I realize that I should not talk anymore. Now I think it's only appropriate that the chair initiate and you can. Yeah, it's initiated. Okay.
Warm good afternoon, one and all. Respected Director Professor K.J. Joseph, Professor K.N. Harilal, Chairman 7th State Finance Commission Kerala, esteemed senior faculty, and dear colleagues and PhD scholars. The topic for my presentation is GST and its impact on local self-government revenue, a study with special reference to Kerala. It is a project entrusted by the 7th State Finance Commission. Firstly, I express my sincere gratitude to the chairman for entrusting us with this project. And the research team includes myself, Srimati L. Anita Kumari, Dr. Meenu Mohan, and research assistants Mr. Christina Teresa Joseph and Ms. Adina Rajiv. So, uh,
welcome. Now we can welcome one person.
സമയം എടുക്കും വരുന്നില്ല ആ ഇതാ വേണ്ട So the presentation will cover the background of the study, the objectives and research methodology, evolution of local self-government, 101st constitutional amendment, the revenue sources of local bodies before and after GST, and comparison with other states, and a fact regarding the Compensation Act. So the background of the study. In India, the local self-government play a key role in fostering the participatory democracy as they deliver essential civic services, implement welfare programs, and addresses community needs at the grassroots level. Their efficiency depends highly on the adequate and autonomous financial resources traditionally collected through the local taxes, fees, and grants. The introduction of GST in 2017, which aimed at the unifying the indirect tax regime, subsumed several key local taxes, thereby significantly reducing their independent revenue base. This narrowed the fiscal autonomy, leading to a heavier reliance on the transfers and grants. This study examines the legal and fiscal implications of GST on the revenue base of local self government in Kerala. The study also undertakes a comparative analysis across states, focusing on the strategies they adopted to address the implication of GST. Objectives of the study is to understand the legislative taxing powers of local government before and after GST, and to assess the revenue loss of local government in Kerala from entertainment tax and advertisement tax after the introduction of GST, and to identify new opportunities for revenue generation by local authorities through the taxation and other potential resources. Research methodology, it is mainly it's a doctrinal study based on the primary and secondary data, examining the legislations, government orders, and scholarly writings to analyze the legal and institutional framework. The study analyzes the taxation powers and revenue patterns of urban local bodies to assess the financial impact of GST before and after its implementation. The data source, the study relies primarily on the data from three municipal corporations, six municipalities in Kerala, focusing on advertisement and advertisement tax revenues from 2014-15 to 2023-24 to assess the impact of GST. And coming to the evolution of local self-government in India began with the ancient village assemblies like sabhas and panchayats, and that looked after the local affairs. Continued during the medieval period through the community-based institutions under different rulers, and later took a new shape in the colonial era when the British set up the local boards and municipal acts, primarily for the administrative convenience. These experiences laid the foundation for the democratic decentralization. When the Constitution of India came into force in 1950, it incorporated Article 40 under the directive principles of state policy, directing the state to organize village panchayats and endow them with such powers as may be necessary to enable them to function as a unit of self government. Based on the recommendations of Balwant Rai Mehta Committee and subsequent committees, the states established local bodies and enacted legislations to provide a framework for their administration. But in practical, very few states transferred the power to collect the taxes to the local bodies. Kerala perspective, local self-governance in Kerala has a deep historical roots with the modern panchayat system taking shape during the colonial period. The first municipality was set up in Kozhikode under Madras Town Improvement Act in 1865, and the first panchayat was formed in Travancore in 1894. After the formation of Kerala in 1956, the local bodies were reorganized across the state. In 1957, guided by the recommendation of First Administrative Reform Committee and Balwant Rai Mehta Committee, Kerala enacted the laws including Municipality Act 1960, Corporation Act 1960, Panchayat Raj Act 1961, and the Local Entertainment Authorities Act 1961, creating a uniform framework for the local self-governance and ensuring financial autonomy for the local bodies. So by this enactment, Kerala's local bodies were granted the power of taxation from 1960 onwards. The growing demand for the stronger and more accountable local governance, coupled with the recommendation of various committees such as Ashok Mehta Committee, LM Sikmi Committee, and Tunkan Committee, paved the way for the enactment of 73rd and 74th Constitutional Amendment Acts. The 73rd and 74th constitutional amendments strengthened the democratic decentralization and physical autonomy at the grassroots level by empowering the state legislatures under Article 243H and 243X of the Constitution to confer taxation powers uniformly on local governments across India. In 1994, following the constitutional amendment, Kerala state repealed the prior laws and enacted the Kerala Panchayat Raj Act and Kerala Municipality Act 1994. Even then, many of the states retained the power of taxation and just allocated the revenue to the local bodies. And the taxation powers of local bodies of Kerala in the pre-GST era. In the pre-GST era, the main revenue were property tax, profession tax, octroi or entry tax, timber tax, entertainment tax, advertisement and show tax, and duty on transfers of immovable property. In the pre-GST era, this advertisement tax and entertainment tax were vital source of revenue for Kerala's local government. It gave financial autonomy to the local bodies, which enabled them to effectively execute the public service delivery. Local bodies were empowered to levy and administer the advertisement tax, but it was administered through bylaws, and it caused variation in the rate and collection procedures throughout the state. Before the introduction of GST, the local bodies in Kerala imposed entertainment acts under 1961 Act and generally at a rate 25% for the cinema tickets and 20% for the entertainment activities. In 2017, India implemented the goods and service tax to unify the indirect tax system, simplify the compliance, reduce the consumer tax burden, promote the economic integration, and improve the transparency and efficiency through a technology driven platform. So the 101 Constitutional Amendment Act was enacted for implementing the GST. The merger of various indirect taxes into GST while subsuming many center and state taxes led to the concerns from the several states about the erosion of revenue sources traditionally collected by the local bodies. After thorough deliberations on the issue of finance of local bodies, the Select Committee of Rajya Sabha strongly recommended that the revenue of the local bodies need to be sustained and protected to ensure that standards of local governance are maintained. And accordingly, when the amendments were made, the changes brought about in the entries in the state list are entry 52 was omitted, entry 55, that is advertisement tax, was entirely omitted, and entry 62 of list 2 entertainment tax was substituted. That is, the local body's power to levy the entertainment tax was protected. And no. The tax. So this was the changes brought about in the 101st Constitutional Amendment and the taxation powers of local bodies in the post GST period. So the first one, it has the implementation has significantly impacted the urban local bodies and the Panchayat Raj institution. The status of entry tax in Kerala, as the Kerala had discontinued the entry collection from 2006, it is subsumation under GST had minimal effect on the state's revenue. And the status of advertisement tax in Kerala, the subsumation of advertisement tax significantly impacted the revenue base of local authorities, especially the urban local bodies, as advertisement tax had been a notable source of their own tax revenue. Kerala discontinued the collection in 2017 and has recently initiated a steps to reintroduce it in the form of advertisement fee. However, that is instance is shown in Kochi Corporation, only in Kochi Corporation, and this has not been implemented uniformly throughout across the state. And in 2021, Kerala amended the Kerala Municipality Rule 1999, which regulate the installation of arches and advertisement boards in public spaces and introduced a detailed fee structure for various types of arches and hoardings. This was the only measure which has taken by the Kerala government after the implementation of the GST. And coming to the status of entertainment tax in Kerala, regarding the entertainment tax, the Kerala had a different story. In 2017, citing the GST uniformity, Kerala banned the local bodies from collecting the entertainment tax in response to cinema sector concerns over the double taxation, overlooking its levy on other forms of entertainment. So, and after following the reduction of GST on cinema tickets from 28% to 18, the state amended the prior order in June 2019, allowing the local bodies to levy entertainment tax on cinema tickets at the rate of 10%, and then it was again reduced to 5% for the tickets below 100 rupees 100 and 8% for the tickets above rupees 100. So, in fact, Kerala didn't collect the entertainment tax from July 2017 to September 2019. Even though the collection was revived in 2019, due to the lower rate, there is a clear reduction in the revenue from the entertainment tax. So, these are the government orders issued. And the state granted the compensation based on the past collections, but this was given only in 1 year, leaving the local bodies without a vital revenue source. And some other reasons for the reduction in revenue is the exemptions. Section 7 and 7A of the Kerala Local Authorities Entertainment Tax Act 1961 grants the exemption for entertainments organized by non-profit institutions for public interest purposes and allows the government to exempt specific entertainments, including those in the government venues. Although intended to promote the social and cultural objectives, the extensive and discretionary use of these exemptions has led to the substantial revenue loss for the local authorities. And another reason is inefficient collection mechanism. Entertainment tax collection by the local authorities in Kerala has also declined due to the weak monitoring, inadequate data, ineffective digital platform, and the irregular remittance by the SSCs, along with the LSGD's lack of accurate records and oversight, are also the weakness of the system. And now coming to the other states case comparative study, we have selected Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Maharashtra. These are the three states which have high revenue in the GST area also. So I will be discussing the laws within the pre-GST era and after the post-GST period. So certain we have already discussed that certain states were collecting the local taxes before GST, and they were only allotting the money to the local body. They never transferred. Most of the states never transferred the right to collect to the local bodies. And so in the case of Tamil Nadu, in the pre-GST period, and after the GST, prompt legislative measures were taken by to confer complete taxing powers to the local bodies, enabling them to levy, collect, and appropriate revenue that were previously administered and distributed by the state government. In certain states, while no entertainment tax is imposed, entertainment duties or admission fees are still collected on the entry to entertainment events. In Tamil Nadu, in 2017, repealed the Tamil Nadu Entertainment Acts 1939 and enacted Tamil Nadu Entertainment Acts 2017, empowering the local bodies to collect the Entertainment Tax Act. This act came into effect on 28 June 2017, that is 2-3 days before the implementation of GST. Till then, the state was collecting. They transferred that power to the local authorities 3 days before the implementation of GST. And Tamil Nadu was which levied advertisement tax under 1983 and rules 2003 rules, amended the rules in 2019 and after GST to replace the tax with a hoarding license fee system. So they replaced the tax, they replaced the word tax with fee and sustain the revenue and offset the loss from its removal in the state list. And in 2022, the amendment of Tamil Nadu Urban Local Bodies Act 1998 introduced a chapter providing a structured framework for regulating the hoardings, digital banners, placards, mandating license fee and fees, enforcing penalties for unauthorized displays, and allowing the advertising on municipal properties to ensure effective administration and generate revenue for the local bodies. Actually, this act was enacted in 1998 and it was in force only for 6 months. And it was in a morbid situation for over 20 years. And after that, they revived it in the 2022 for making these changes. So this was the case, Tamil Nadu. They had taken a proactive measures and transferred the power to the local bodies. And in the case of Maharashtra, the entertainment tax was collected as per Maharashtra Entertainment Duty Act 1923 by the state. And since 2017, Maharashtra is not collecting the entertainment tax, but they are collecting a convenience fee of about rupees 10 for collected by the multiplexes and online ticketing services. And pre-GST period, local bodies collected the advertisement tax under Maharashtra Advertisement Act 1967. In 2017, they lost that power, and now they replaced the license fee system under 2022 and 2023 rules for municipal corporations and councils. Fees are set and periodically revised by the respective authorities, making the payment mandatory for displaying the advertisements. Nagpur Municipal Corporation is also collecting a license fee for permitting the advertisement. And in addition, Maharashtra has enacted Maharashtra Goods and Service Tax Compensation to Local Authorities Act 2017 to compensate the municipal corporation for the revenue loss caused by the abolition of octroi or entry tax. So these are the measures taken. They collected a convenience fee, and in the case of advertisement, they replaced tax with fees, license fee system. And coming to Karnataka, Karnataka Entertainment Act 1958 imposed tax on admissions to cinema, amusement parks, sporting events, and similar entertainments with officers ensuring remittance to the state treasury. With the introduction of GST, Karnataka Entertainment Act 1958 was repealed, but the authority to levy the entertainment tax was reinstated under the Brihad Bangalore Mahanagarpalika Act 2020, which was replaced by the Greater Bangalore Governance Act 2024. And they are also collecting SS for the cultural activities. And the Greater Bangalore Governance Act 2024, amended in 2025, explicitly empowers the corporation to levy the entertainment tax and the advertisement fees. The Karnataka municipalities and certain other laws, Second Amendment Act 2021, amended the 1964 and 1976 municipal law to insert the word or fees in place of the advertisement tax. thereby empowering all the urban local bodies to levy advertisement fees for granting display permissions. Under the 2021 Karnataka Gram Swaraj and Panchayat Raj rules, the Gram Panchayats are empowered to levy advertisement fee for hoardings and display within their jurisdiction. So currently, all the three tiers of local bodies in Karnataka have the legal authority to collect the advertisement fees. So like this, the certain states ensured the local bodies were safeguarded from the revenue loss and to some extent preserved the revenue from advertisement and entertainment tax without being much affected by the GST. And another fact is that the tax base of entertainment tax collection in several other states is much broader than that of Kerala. While Kerala has retained a relatively narrow scope, limiting the levy largely to the traditional forms of entertainment such as cinema halls, amusement parks, stage shows, and other states have expanded the definition to capture a wide range of modern entertainment avenues. For instance, like Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra have amended their legislation to include theme parks, video game parlors, online gaming centers, multiplexes, digital screenings, recreational clubs, and even subscription based entertainment platforms within the ambit of entertainment tax. By doing so, they have not only modernized their tax framework in line with changing consumption pattern, but also ensured a more sustainable and diversified revenue stream. In contrast, Kerala's restrictive approach has constrained its potential to fully utilize the constitutional protection available for levying entertainment tax even after the introduction of GST. And this is data which has taken from the RBI. This shows the entertainment tax collection of different states of last 10 years. It is 2016 and 17 is the year before the implementation of GST. 17 and 18 yellow, that is the year of implementation, and next the after the year. So it correctly shows that only Kerala has given the power to collect to the local public. The data shows that we have not analyzed entirely, but all the states in which we have analyzed, they were collecting. States were collecting. In the data shows that except Kerala, all of them, the states were collecting, and afterwards they have transferred the power to the local authorities.
No, that part is not clear.
That is COVID. There is no 2020 tax that year.
Will you please repeat what?
We have discussed that in the even though 1960 Act Municipalities Act came and 94 after the 73rd and 74th amendment, it was correctly said that the local authorities taxation powers should be granted to the local authority. But many of the states retained the power to collect the tax and they only allocated the fund to the local authority. But in Kerala, from 1960 onwards, we have directly given the power to the local authorities. So the data is
clear, but what happened after GST?
After GST, what they did was Tamil Nadu, what they did before 3 days, they gave the power to the local authorities. I will explain that in the Compensation Act once. So this is the data. Kerala's local authority, this is the state revenue data.
State governments are collecting entertainment tax in those states. Only Kerala, local
State government, local in Kerala, local bodies are collecting. So
that data is not reflected.
that will not be reflected.
That is for the period before 1970.
This we have taken from RBI.
RBI.
State Finance.
After that, no, neither the local governments nor the
That is from for the implementation of GST. That very year, they gave the power to the local authority. So that the power was transferred to the local authorities.
Actually, this is state's collection.
State's
This is
collection.
state's collection, not local authorities collection.
That is on the 2016-17 year. From that year, that negative is shown. From that year, Tamil Nadu transferred the power to the local bodies. So now, so then the collection.
which figure are you?
Negative and
The data there is no explanation. Maybe refund or we don't know. We could assume something. There is nothing written.
in that area, I am not.
Kerala,
Tamil Nadu,
state government was not collecting this in Kerala.
Yeah.
Or other states just collect.
അത് സ്റ്റേറ്റ് ആണ് കളക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. നമ്മുടെ കാര്യത്തിൽ ലോക്കൽ അതോറിറ്റീസ് ആ
But
കളക്ട്
then
ചെയ്തത്.
why they are state data on this?
Ah.
This should be misleading, right? This data actually for state is not there anyway. It is there. For
Yeah.
pre-period.
Pre-period.
Pre-period also in 2016 onwards, you are telling because in the.
അല്ല, അത് later everything is zero for every that has been reduced after GST. Entirely it was subsumed in GST. So the amount is
Kerala from where?
1960 onwards.
That was with the local board.
Yeah.
But then this data is only for the state collection.
Yeah, state collection.
But if it is with local bodies, then for other states.
So other states, they are collecting. Other states,
In the case of other states, the state government was coming.
they are collecting. Yeah.
So the figures were there.
There.
That's quite right. In the case of Kerala, state government was not collecting. Instead, local government
They
were
are
collecting.
collecting. So the data will not be available there.
Data are okay. But only thing is that,
It should have.
Kiran is asking about the negative.
Negative. But I don't know.
How the negative figures come, I don't know.
Tamil Nadu, in the case of Tamil Nadu.
The RBI data again, for some years they are showing octroi even now.
Yeah.
That's also a problem. Yeah, but no,
And when comparing with many states, entirely different approaches is taken by different corporation also. There is no uniformity in the collection.
When it's given to the local bodies take varying policies, rates will be there. Yeah. Anyway, we'll
Okay,
continue.
okay.
For information, we are.
And any other thing which is related to this, that is the Goods and Service Tax Compensation Act. Everyone know that there was a compensation act, and compensation was granted for this. 14% annual growth was taken. 2015-16 was taken as the base year. And another fact is, in the section 5 clause 1, the act has provided what all things has to be included while calculating the state's revenue. In that, it was correctly stated that in the fourth point, it is correctly said that entertainment tax which is collected by the state has to be included. So in the case of Tamil Nadu, their amount is calculated including that amount. And in the case of, and then the section 5 clause 1 itself, they have given the list which should not be included. That is what has to be excluded. That is mainly that deals with the sale of petroleum products, CST on petroleum products, cess on petroleum. And the last point is the entertainment tax levied by the state but collected by the local authority. So in our case, that amount is excluded. So because it is collected by the local authorities, it is not collected. In Tamil Nadu, as they were collecting the Tamil Nadu and in many other states, since they were collecting.
They are
They
calculating.
ask for compensation and go to.
Yeah, so they have a double benefit when while getting this compensation, that amount was included, and the very next year they gave the power to the local authorities. At the correct time they were collecting it.
Smart.
Yeah, so they had a double benefit. How cannot allow? There is no legal prohibition. They cannot say you cannot hand over the. Yeah.
Yeah, bureaucracy is very
Efficient.
very.
They have amended all their laws and rules after GST to replace the advertisement tax with advertisement fee. So we have the right to collect the fee under the state list now also.
Our idea is to,
Actually, we have,
becomes-
from 1961 onwards, we have transferred the power to
our
local.
idea is to become smart from now onwards. Let's try to find out
Okay.
how we can do that.
So this is the revenue loss. As all of you know, I am not very well versed in explaining this. So if there is any mistake, please pardon me. So these we have for the data, we have collected data from 3 major corporations, Trivandrum, Kochi and Kozhikode for 10 years. Here also there is a clear deviations from 2016-17. We had very high income, and later 2017-18, that is the year of implementation of GST. 18-19 we didn't collect anything because of the government orders. So so the collection is 0, and later we reinstated in a small percentage with small rate. So we are small, slightly picking up because the rate is very low. And Ah. Oh,
Public members to 2021.
ah,
In the previous table, it was completely zero for 2021.
that, that is Keral.
That revenue collected by the state government. This is the corporations are collecting. See from, I'll just
Ah.
explain it. From this thing, no, 2015-16, Trivandrum Corporation collected 8 crore as entertainment tax, and it increased to 9 crores in 16-17. Then only 17-18, 4 months available, because of July, it is introduced. So only 2 crore they collected, and 18-90 there is, because of the legal this thing, they haven't collected. 19-20 also some only 25 lakhs. Then 2021 and 21-22, because of COVID, there is no collection. Entertainment industry is collapsed. Then 21-22, they're just picking up only 6 lakhs they have
5 to
collected.
8%.
22-23 only, no, there is the revival and only 3 crore. Yeah, especially the Cochin Corporation in 16-17, they have collected 11 crores as entertainment tax, and then it suddenly reduced to 3 crore. Then after that, there is no sudden fall because of COVID, and only in 22-23 it picked up 2 crores. 2 crore, it is lakhs only, 2 crore 73 lakhs.
This is
No,
entertainment
no,
tax
no.
that is only substituted.
Entertainment, actually,
omitted.
the story of entertainment
Ada-
taxes is, even if it is subsumed in GST, the local bodies which they are already been collecting, they can have collect 10%. Now it is reduced to 6 to 8%, 5 to 8%.
ഇതാണ്
6 to 8%.
ഇതാണ് പറഞ്ഞത് 2017 തുടങ്ങി 2019 വരെ 2 yearsന് Kerala didn't collect the entertainment tax. Later we started collecting at 5 to 8%. So we had a great fall from 25% to 5 to 8%.
Actually, this was a great story. Thomas Isaac was the finance minister, and that time the cinema industry, they have some difficulties, and they came. Then there are a lot of negotiations, and finally decided to they can collect 10% of entertainment tax, and remaining 8% as GST for the state government. Like that, there is some
Show this all.
negotiation happened. This is what. See, so from this itself, we can see that there is.
The rated,
8%.
8%. 8%
allowed.
allowed.
Yeah.
18% to GST.
5 to 8%.
Entertainment tax. GST is also
5 to 8.
18%.
18%.
In addition to that.
Corporation,
8%.
8% can
In
be collected.
many states, it is
Act-
going up to 45%.
So
Maharashtra.
that's why I'm asking. What is the upper limit? Is there any upper limit?
Yeah, here it is.
Earlier it is 28%, maximum 28%, 18% by state government,
And
and
the
they,
GST.
if they want, they can collect up to 10%. That was the formula. But
then-
now,
Then states cannot collect 48%.
no, sir.
sir, this is-
For them, it is GST 18%. If they want, they can, because lottery and other sin goods. That's why up to 40% they can.
Yeah.
That way, they have collected.
Yeah, that's what we.
That is.
Now also
that can
there is
be,
an issue
included in
because of this
Entertainment Tax
new
Act 1961
rate change.
and the government order. So our government order has fixed it as 5 to 8%.
New GST rate revision, it has mentioned that lottery and other gambling services, maybe we don't know, cinema, everything that is not mentioned, maybe it is in 18%. Now it is 18, it may continue like that. There is no clarity.
Those things we don't clarify. But how can some
Specified
states-
action plans.
Actually, every state is collecting the entertainment by their own laws. They have their own entertainment tax as act.
If it's a GST.
GST is always for, it is not subsumed, it is substituted. 62 is entertainment
there
tax,
is
it is
some-
not subsumed.
It should be there. I mean,
It has been substituted. So they, they said the entertainment tax collect ചെയ്യുന്നവർക്ക് continue ചെയ്യാം എന്നാണ് പറഞ്ഞത്.
Sir,
അപ്പം അത് continue ചെയ്തു. Continue ചെയ്ത
in the
സമയത്ത്
101, sir, one explanation. In the 101 Constitution Amendment, it is clearly said that those states which are collecting entertainment tax, which is subsumed, those local bodies are collecting, it will continue. That is the way. So all the other states, it is subsumed, and they have got compensation, everything. and it is
So-
in the GST.
So,
But Kerala, no, the local bodies are collecting, that is why it is not subsumed, it is continuing to collect. But, but the issue is that then the double taxation will come. This local bodies collect 28%, then there is a double taxation, that is why 18% GST and,
not okay. anyway.
yeah, 18,
First finish.
Okay, let her finish.
yeah.
I shall clarify one more. These are the three the alterations which is brought about by 101 constitutional amendment. In this, the 552 entry was subsumed or omitted. So we cannot collect the entry tax. In the case of advertisement tax also, it is subsumed. So we cannot collect the advertisement tax. So what the many states had done that they have replaced this advertisement tax by the advertisement fee. Fee collect ചെയ്യാൻ നമുക്ക് ഇപ്പോഴും റൈറ്റ് ഉണ്ട്. So there is no bar in that. In 62 entry 62 entertainment tax what they have done is they have substituted to the protect the local bodies power to the entertainment. That state is that taxes on entertainment and amusement to the extent levied and collected by the panchayat or municipality. So in our mainly our the entertainment tax local bodies collect ചെയ്യാണെങ്കിൽ let them continue. And state കളക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നത് നമ്മൾ സബ്സ്യൂം ചെയ്യും. അത് തന്നെയാണ് നമ്മുടെ ഈ കോമ്പൻസേഷൻ ആക്ടിലും കോമ്പൻസേഷൻ ആക്ടിലും അവർ പറഞ്ഞത് സ്റ്റേറ്റ് കളക്ട് ചെയ്യുകയാണെങ്കിൽ ഇറ്റ് ഷുഡ് ബി ഇൻക്ലൂഡഡ് ഇൻ ദ കോമ്പൻസേഷൻ, അതർവൈസ് ഇറ്റ് ഷുഡ് ബി എക്സ്ക്ലൂഡഡ്. അതാണ് അപ്പൊ ഇവിടെ നമ്മൾ ചെയ്ത ഈ ഒരു ഓർഡർ ഒരു സിംഗിൾ ലൈൻ ഓർഡർ ആണ് 2017 വി ബാൻ ദ കളക്ഷൻ ഓഫ് എന്റർടൈൻമെന്റ് ടാക്സ്. ഇത് ഒരു ഡിസിഷൻ നമ്മുടെ it is completely a blunder, sorry to say. Never the constitution said that, never any law said that. They banned it without taking consideration of other forms of entertainment tax. Only there was an allegations from the cinema tickets that they are facing double taxation. But in that time there have instances that we have lost, the Trivandrum Corporation has lost the cinema ticket from one day international ticket tournament. They 80,000 one day per one day they have lost that 80,000 rupees. That everything was included in the entertainment tax. They with a single order they gave an order not to collect the entertainment tax. This is a single order. I'll say that it's a single order. Nothing has no reference, nothing else. And after 2 years, for 2 years, Kerala didn't collect the entertainment tax, but the entire states of India was collecting the entertainment tax. Kerala didn't collect. And after 2019, we revived it, but we cannot levy more percentage because 18% is already there, GST. So we initially at 10%, from the due to the protest, we reduced to 5 to 8%. So that is,
In other states, if the GST is 18%,
yeah, they are,
then the local governments, if they are taxing
more.
at 18% or 45%.
That is the Maharashtra, it is going up to 40%. But the case is that they will give exemption to their own language cinemas.
So all those things can be tried here also. Anyway, we will have to, your study should give us some direction.
Yeah, these three tables clear.
You can discuss
yeah.
this pros and cons.
These three clear table correctly state what the other states have done. They have changed the advertisement rules. They have changed their municipal act. Everything they have changed. They have adjusted to that GST.
Change can incorporate the IRA. There is no.
And also already our entertainment tax, the definition of entertainment tax is very narrow. In other states, it's very broad. They have amended from time to time. In our case, that is only a theater. In 2006, there was a case in 2000. One minute. Vigaland, we imposed the tax on Vigaland, and as per the law, we cannot do that. There is not included. Because at that time, amusement was not included. And the Kunatnadu Panchayat, they gave a notice for 9.23 crores. And the case was conducted, and that cannot be done. At that time, there was no law to implement. And in 2005, we amended that law to include the amusement park. That is in 2000. Likewise, now this Trivandrum Corporation has given a notice to Fanchura. In all the malls, we have now amusement means activities. So they have given the notice to Fanchura, and then Fanchura has given the case. They are in the court because we don't have the legal authority. We have to include. We have to expand our entertainment tax.
Act needs to be amended.
Yeah, actually, it's
Definition we have to broaden.
broader. So the revenue loss from corporations of the ours based the share of entertainment tax in total tax revenue was on the average of 7.7 percentage, 8.3 percentage, and 17 percentage respectively for Thiruvananthapuram, Kochi, and Kozhikode corporations before the introduction of GST. And based on the pre-GST growth trend, the estimated revenue loss from 2017-18 to 23-24 is rupees 51.35 crores for Thiruvananthapuram, 67.09 crores for Kochi, and 44.80 crores for Kozhikode, with Kochi suffering the highest loss. And advertisement tax is also the same thing. It is the collection. This is the actual collection of advertisement tax actual amount. The share of advertisement tax in total tax revenue was on average of 1.36 percentage, 1.39 percentage, and 1.45 percentage respectively for Thiruvananthapuram, Kochi, and Kozhikode. And based on this pre-GST growth trend, estimated revenue losses rupees 3.87 crores for Thiruvananthapuram, 11.85 crores for Kochi, and 3.88 crores for Kozhikode. And here we can see there is in the case of EK Kochi, there is a 4.65 in red. Wait a minute, ma'am. It is 4.65. That is in the last year when I inquired that last year they have initiated a procedure for collecting the license fee from the or advertisement fee from the billboards. So they have initiated that process. That is the we have can see that income though. So loss is here. Sorry.
They have started.
Only they have started. No corporation. We should have a uniform procedure for that. And this is the total revenue loss from entertainment tax and advertisement tax for the three corporations. Thiruvananthapuram, Kochi, Kozhikode is estimated rupees 182.86 crores. That is including the entertainment and advertisement tax. And growth rate അനുസരിച്ചിട്ട് മാം 2014-15 എന്റർടൈൻമെന്റ് അല്ലല്ലോ ഇന്ന് 2025 എന്റർടൈൻമെന്റ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് അത്രയും growth ആണ്. So entertainment tax collection, we have selected 6 municipalities: Nedumangad, Attingal, Kalamassery, Kodamangalam, Vadagara, and Koilandi. There is grade 1 and grade 2. According to that, we have selected that. Here also, the entertainment tax constituted an average of 17% of total tax revenue, ranging from 8.5% to 33% in 6 municipalities. Based on the assumptions, Nedumangad municipality faced an estimated loss of 94.8 lakhs. Attingal lost 485.9 lakhs. Kalamassery suffered a significant shortfall of 2,862 lakhs, and while Kodamangalam, Vadagara, and Koilandi municipalities incurred a loss of 223.8 lakhs, 68.9 lakhs, and 176.8 lakhs, respectively, over the period from 2017-18 to 23-24. So this is the laws in advertisement tax. Advertisement tax is very low, and that is also I am surprised because we can see advertisement throughout the panchayat, throughout the municipalities, etc. But the revenue from the advertisement tax is very, very low. Even when we ആരാ GST കളക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നു അതിപ്പോഴും GST കളക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട് ഇത് പണ്ടത്തെ and revenue loss from advertisement tax is this much. It is total is 1.717 crore from the advertisement tax total. So these are the revenue loss. And coming to the suggestions, we have already done the panchayat also in the project. And coming to the suggestions that the entertainment tax reform, we should have a comprehensive amendments to address the modern entertainment industry needs and improve the collection efficiency. Actually, going to the details, section 3, our section 3 deals with, there is a word substituting may should be substituted with shall, because may gives a discretionary power. That is why the Vigaland, they lost the 9 crore rupees in that time. It was amended later, but the section 3 was not amended. They included another provision 3B and included amusement park, but that section 3 has not been amended. We have to be shall, that then only it gives the power for the local authorities to collect the tax. And section 3, the entertainment tax has to be broadened. The tax base has to be broadened in line with other states. And it should be extended to the online ticketing. Now the online ticketing platform, we cannot collect it properly. And also the monitoring system, we cannot monitor whether they are paying correct amount to the local authority. That is a major issue that also has to be addressed. And the exemptions, next one, the exemptions has to be streamlined. There are a number of orders giving exemption to almost all the shows, etc. So that should be streamlined, and you should give a guideline which has to be applicable uniformly throughout Kerala. So the arbitrary or giving of exemption can be restricted. And coming to the advertisement, here we have to do a major thing, but we have to one two options. We have one rule like Kerala municipality erection of arches and setting up of advertisement boards in public streets and public places 1999. One method is we have to amend it. Otherwise, we have to frame a separate rule. In all the states have done that, and they have collected taxes. So here also a comprehensive reform has to be initiated. And we have to amend the Kerala Municipality Act 1994 and Kerala Panchayat Act 1995, and to substitute the advertisement tax with advertisement fee. All the states have done that. And frame comprehensive rules for the administration, collection and enforcement of advertisement fee. So, and we have to broaden the definition to cover the posters, hoardings, digital LED, LCD boards, illuminated signs, placards, banners, balloons, electric displays, and all forms of commercial publicity on the public or private property. നമ്മുടെ ഇപ്പോഴും ഔട്ട്ഡേറ്റഡ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള പഴയ ഡെഫിനിഷൻസ് ആണ് 3 or 4 കാര്യങ്ങൾ മാത്രമേ നമുക്ക് ഇൻക്ലൂഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. പക്ഷേ ബാക്കി എല്ലാ സ്റ്റേറ്റ്സും വളരെ അപ്ഡേറ്റഡ് ആയിട്ട് മോഡേൺ ആയിട്ടുള്ള എല്ലാ അഡ്വർടൈസ്മെന്റ്സും ഇൻക്ലൂഡ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. And there is regulations regarding advertisement on vehicles moving or parked through the licensing and fee system to generate the revenue and curb the unauthorized displays. And another last suggestion is that we have to ensure the compensation to local authorities. It is very clear that they had suffered a huge loss, but they are not compensated. So there should be a mechanism to compensate for the revenue loss cost. We also got a letter from the coaching corporation. They are continuously writing for the compensation. That amount is also mentioned in that, but it is not allowed. So the compensation measures has to be taken. So this is our findings. So thank you.
Yeah, that was. So thank you. Thank you for the study. It will be a very useful for the commission. And I will give you a big thank you once you properly complete the study report. When I say completing the report, in fact, no, we had district sittings and we visited all the corporations. So in fact, now the local government representatives were very studied when they made presentations. So we were asking questions regarding their tax revenue, particularly these taxes. And everywhere, no, they were making similar remarks. So they are aware of the fact that they lost certain revenue items and their revenue should be improved. And for that, certain kind of policy changes in the acts, etc., are required. And many corporations are fighting cases in the courts and all for it. So, the general conclusions are quite okay, and they will certainly help the local governments and the state government. And we will make appropriate recommendations in the commission's report. But when we decided to approach GIFT for these two studies, our idea was that we will get very detailed. It's not a question of making certain advices or recommendations which we academicians generally do, but we should be able to go beyond that and very clearly tell. I mean, legislative changes. Even drafting a
will be
amendment act will be useful. That is true in the case of the other study also. So that's what we are really.
We will attach, we have drafted advertisement rules.
Advertisement rules, converting it into fee.
Yeah.
Of course, how other states have done and how exactly we should be. In fact, no. See, repeatedly people are making recommendations, but then if the recommendations are to be implemented, then if you have a draft act
Yeah.
which can be presented in the assembly, then they can take it further, improve upon it and then go to the assembly. Otherwise, no, even the system, we have to take a lot of time. So that's what should happen. Now, about, she was asking about the GST collection. We should also get some information about the GST collection. When the local governments are taken away, I mean, they cannot collect some of these taxes. GST is supposed to be collected. I mean, GST route collection is supposed to be taking place. But the local governments are not very clear whether the GST system is really collecting money. Because take the village cinema, the Panchayat people used to really go and monitor and all earlier. Now that is not there. And they don't have, you don't have a proper mechanism to really monitor what is happening in the cinema shows. And even the online booking, if there's a proper mechanism to check it, then we would have really got the revenue. But online show booking is taking place and they are charging us GST, but whether the government is really collecting GST revenue. GST revenue on account of these things, you should get information, and if it is possible, you should also discuss with the GST authority. GST people, we should have a discussion on.
Let me add one more point.
Panchayat and small cinema halls, they may not register, we don't know. GST registration,
We
whether
should
they are-
find out from the GST authorities how they are going about collecting this, these taxes and how much they really collect. That information is also really.
Let me add one more point, sir. Many of the states, the GST department is collecting the entertainment tax, and they are allotting that to the jurisdiction, appropriate respective jurisdiction. So in suggestion, we have included that, but proceed.
See, that is true.
Yeah.
That is expected of them.
Hmm.
But whether that is
Entertainment
working,
tax.
whether
Yeah.
that is working.
Yeah,
whether-
many states, they are collecting at state.
Whether they are collecting or not is an issue.
Then
The
here we
only
should
way
find out from.
Cinema halls and all, no, whether.
GST department is collecting the theaters.
Theoretically, it's fine.
Ah.
They are collecting.
Uh,
They are
the-
supposed to
not-
collect.
Not
Whether they are
theoretically.
collecting.
Not theoretically. Many states are collecting actually.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's the difference, no?
Making a
Whether that tax is
Is-
getting to the exchequer, that is the
Okay,
question.
to the respective local authorities.
No, for the GST system,
Ah.
for the GST system, for them, the cinema theater taxes are anything, they don't really bother about this. Whereas for the corporation or a.
Telangana.
municipality,
Taxes and all, they may not
for
register, I don't know.
Telangana.
That's very important tax. So they
ആ, പിന്നെ
need to go up
പിന്നെ
and
ഉണ്ടാവും.
in the
Compulsory
tax of
ആയിട്ടുണ്ടാവും.
GST, and then the GST people know, for them, this is a very minor thing. So they will not
How
be.
many theatres were
They
registered,
will-
you can check it. How many cinema theatres were registered under GST?
Yeah, that data we should collect. That-
40 lakhs and 20 lakhs എമ്പാവലും പോവുമല്ലോ. അപ്പൊ
And how much-
We don't know.
And the
That
other
data-
figures
that
if we have.
information we don't know.
Figures on entertainment tax, figures on advertisement tax, etc. If you have from the GST people.
Advertisement, I
ഒരിടത്തും
don't think so.
കിട്ടത്തില്ല.
It's not tax. Entertainment
They will not
from cinema theatres and all, we cannot.
Any giving a data.
At least you should find out, and if they are not giving the data, please report that.
Okay.
That we are in fact now collecting such information, because the state audit department is saying that no, they are not given any data by any of the guys. So we are going to take it to the media.
Registration അല്ലേ?
How can,
തരുമെന്നുള്ളതാ.
I think local bodies have the data, number of theatres.
Ah,
So they have to register.
Ah.
there.
ഡേറ്റ നമുക്ക് കളക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്ന കാര്യമല്ല. GST കയ്യിൽ ഈ ഡേറ്റ ഉണ്ടോ? GST കയ്യിൽ നിന്ന് ഈ ഇനത്തിൽ നിങ്ങൾ ഇരിക്കുന്നുണ്ടോ?
I don't think that's-
അവരൊന്നും
They
തരുന്നില്ലല്ലോ.
I don't know if service is data, I don't think.
അല്ല അത് ചോദിക്കുക
അല്ല,
ഇല്ലാന്ന് പറയണമെന്നില്ല.
Okay.
അത് ഫോർമലായിട്ട് ചോദിക്കുക ഇല്ലാന്ന് പറയണില്ല. അതല്ലാതെ
GST പേ ചെയ്ത ഡാറ്റ ഉണ്ട്. നമ്മള് കൊച്ചിൻ ട്രാൻഡ്രം കോർപ്പറേഷന് തിയേറ്റേഴ്സിന്റെ ഒക്കെ ഡാറ്റ എടുത്തായിരുന്നു.
ആ
ആ,
ഓക്കെ.
അത്
We can actually, since Saraf is here, we can ask him, what is the way to get this data?
ഡേറ്റ അവരോട് ചോദിച്ചിട്ട് തരുന്നില്ലെങ്കിൽ തരിക. കിട്ടുന്നില്ല കിട്ടുന്നില്ല.
Generally, the issue is that, no, in Kerala, after GST only this, they might have registered. Because early, they don't, they need to, they don't register. That is why, how many no registration?
They will be having the data.
Yeah,
You will issue that data.
in
അവർ
the-
രജിസ്റ്റർ ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടോ? രജിസ്റ്റർ ചെയ്തതിനു ശേഷം കേരളത്തിൽ GST എന്റർടൈൻമെന്റ് മേഖലയിൽ നിന്ന് എത്രമാത്രം GST കളക്ട് ചെയ്യും?
Yeah, that will try.
Today, I
See,
think,
only after maybe in the CGST department, not in.
അതാ അവിടെ ഇവിടെയും അല്ലേ രജിസ്ട്രേഷൻ വരുമ്പോ
I was
Services
thinking
are-
when-
രജിസ്റ്റർ ചെയ്യുമ്പോ ഒന്ന്
You are doing this projection. As of now, you are only able to say that substantial loss is there.
Yeah, that is it. Especially for-
But substantial doesn't mean anything. So when it goes from a research institute like ours, we have to give some clear indication as to, say, for example, from, if this is the kind of data we got from the select municipalities, if you aggregate it for all the 87 municipalities, what will be the likely amount? That will give a clear indication. It can be various, but that number is your number. Somebody can challenge it. But that give you an idea about what is the kind of, otherwise, the substantial doesn't mean anything. Secondly, you why can't we estimate that?
Three corporations, that's.
Three, make it six. Now we have six, ആറ് level. അപ്പൊ ഈ six corporation അകത്ത് we can always arrive at some indicator by which we can make project for. We can always do that. So that, so നമുക്ക് how many,
attempt നടത്തുന്നത് നല്ലതാണ്.
can always do that. So that will give an idea what is the, okay, this is something very important to be taken.
Mainly
Municipality wise, there are a lot of differences.
Municipal, there's nothing in. Differences are there, my dear, but I'm trying to say that if it's a municipality, it's a municipality because there's some homogeneity that is there. That is why. Otherwise, they would have been a corporation. Then you can always work out, say, for example, population per head, whatever it is, according to population. Maybe some indicator you can always take, some other secondary data you take, you can think of some indicator, project it. Secondly, when you are talking about this kind of a study, there is also, you rightly said that the kind of things that are coming under the entertainment that has become very narrow here, and it should be ideal. Then we should give some ideas, if possible. Say, for example, what are the kind of new activities which are, because society is changing. So you say, for example, now turfകൾ വരുന്നു. എന്ത് മാത്രം വരുന്നത്? Is there any registration for that? Now, a side point here for me is that, say, for example, the registration system or the collection or bringing any activity under the purview of the formal registration system started 50s and 60s. The whole perspective was very different than that. The whole perspective, so for example, if it is an ASI, 10 people not using power, 20 people using power. You take shops and establishment that so many people. The whole focus was on employment. Today, for example, when we are trying to bring these kind of activities under the regulatory framework, the whole perspective has to change. So, for example, one can even say that any enterprise interacting with more than 10 people, 5 people, 25 people a day must register because, for example, തട്ടുകടക്കാരൻ. If he is supplying food to 20 people, if he is eating dirty food, if they go to the hospital, the state will be in trouble. Our public system will be in. So, for example, now we have to think in terms of how do you bring this, this, and I'm not saying that you should be bringing all these things under your purview. These are things that we as institution we must reflect upon. So, for example, if തട്ടുകട കണക്കുന്നു, ഇവിടെ ടാക്സ് ഇല്ലല്ലോ, തട്ടുകടയ്ക്ക് വല്ലതും ടാക്സ് ഉണ്ടോ? ഒരു ടാക്സും ഇല്ല. If you are thinking about the Parsipara Tattigada at the night, and I'm not saying that they should be terribly taxed and that they should be finished away. The whole idea is to say that, so for example, in China, you go to China, you will find a Tattigada has a particular design. You cannot have Tattigada in, they have a particular shop design, only in that design, Tattigada can be given. And that looks neat and decent. Here, you can have Chakamarakam, a Chakatikam, that's not. Otherwise, why the hell you need a state over here? You need to have somebody can give food under certain conditions. You cannot give food in the വീട്ടിൽ വിളിച്ചു കൊടുത്തു. അപ്പൊ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞത് വെച്ചാല് ഇങ്ങനെയുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ നമ്മൾ ചർച്ച ചെയ്യേണ്ട സമയമാണ്. And also എന്തൊക്കെ ക്യാൻവാസ് കൊണ്ട് ചാടിക്കുക, ഏതൊക്കെ ആക്ടിവിറ്റീസ് കൊണ്ടുവരാം എന്നുള്ളതിനെ പറ്റി
നിങ്ങൾ പിന്നെ വേണമെന്ന് ഞങ്ങളുടെ കുറെ ഇൻപുട്ട് തരാം. അവിടെ വന്നാല് നമ്മൾ ഈ പിന്നെ ഡിസ്കഷൻസ് നടത്തിയ അവിടെ നിന്നുള്ള ലോക്കൽ ഗവൺമെന്റ് ലീഡേഴ്സ് തന്നിട്ടുള്ള ഇൻപുട്സ് അത് ഓർഗനൈസ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട് നമ്മുടെ ഓഫീസിൽ. അപ്പൊ അതില് ചിലത് അവര് ഇതെല്ലാം പറയുന്നുണ്ട്, ഇതെല്ലാം വരണം അവര് പറയുന്നത്
അവർക്കറിയാം.
അപ്പൊ നമ്മളത് ഓർഗനൈസ്
ഡെഫിനിഷൻ മാറ്റണം.
അല്ല ഒറിജിനൽ ഇത് സ്പെസിഫിക്കലി മെൻഷൻ ചെയ്തില്ലെങ്കിൽ കോടതി പോകുമ്പോൾ
നിക്കില്ല.
അതാണ് പല കേസുകളിലും. കൊച്ചിയിലൊരു ഒരു ലേഡി കൗൺസിലറാണ്, അവര് ആ കേസിന്റെ കാര്യങ്ങളെല്ലാം നോക്കുന്നവരാണ്. അവര് ഓരോ കേസും എടുത്ത് വിശദീകരിക്കുകയാണ് പോയിട്ട്.
കാരണം ലോ പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് ടാക്സ് വരുമ്പോ അതാ പഞ്ചൂരി നമുക്ക് ഇപ്പത്തെ ലോ വെച്ചിട്ട് നമുക്ക് കളക്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. അമെന്റ് ചെയ്യാം. എല്ലാ സ്റ്റേറ്റ്സും
ഇത് കുറച്ചുകൂടി സീരിയസ് ആയിട്ട് വേണമെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഈ അടുത്തത് ഈ നിയമം ഉണ്ടാക്കുമ്പോൾ നിയമത്തിന്റെ ഒരു ഡ്രാഫ്റ്റ് പ്രിപ്പയർ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ കുറച്ച് ഈ പിന്നെ ഇതിന്റെ കാര്യങ്ങൾ അറിയാവുന്ന ലോക്കൽ ലീഡേഴ്സ് അവരെ 3-5 പേരെ കൂടെ വിളിച്ചിട്ട് കുറച്ച് നിയമവിദഗ്ധന്മാരെയും കൂടെ വിളിച്ചിട്ട് ടാക്സിന്റെ മേഖലകൾ അപ്പൊ ഒന്നുകൂടെ ബ്രെയിൻ സ്റ്റോം ചെയ്ത് തരുന്നത് നമുക്ക്.
ആക്ച്വലി നമുക്ക് ഇതിനുള്ള കൊടുക്കുമ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് ഇൻപുട്ട് ആക്കി നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ലോക്കാരല്ലേ, നമുക്ക് അതിനു വേണ്ടി അല്ല ഞാൻ അല്ല ഒരു ഡ്രാഫ്റ്റ്
അഡ്വർടൈസ്മെന്റിന്റെ റൂൾ ഫ്രെയിം ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്.
അല്ല അത് വേണമെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അല്ല നമുക്ക് വേണല്ലേ ഒരു we can call relevant people who are concerned and we can have a brainstorming on this. You can pick the brains.
എക്കണോമിക്സ് ആയിക്കോട്ടെ. അല്ല ഈ എന്റർടൈൻമെന്റ് ഒക്കെ ഒരു കാരണം വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാല് ഇപ്പൊ ലോക എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ സിനിമ അത് 200 കോടി കളക്ട് ചെയ്തു, 30 കോടി ചെലവ് ചെയ്ത് 200 കോടി കളക്ട് ചെയ്തു, അത് 300 കോടിയിലേക്ക് പോവാണ്. എന്താണ് സംസ്ഥാനത്തിന്റെ ഖജനാവിൽ കിട്ടുന്നത്? അത് എന്താണ് കൊച്ചി കോർപ്പറേഷൻ കിട്ടുന്നത്? അവിടെയാണ് ഷൂട്ടിംഗ് വെച്ചത്. അപ്പൊ എന്തെങ്കിലും തരത്തിലൊരു കാരണം ഇത് അതുപോലെ തന്നെയാണ് ഈ മൾട്ടിപ്ലക്സും അതുപോലെ സ്ഥലത്തൊക്കെ ഇവിടെ ഉണ്ടാകുന്നത്. എന്തുമാത്രം പൊല്യൂഷൻ ഉണ്ടാവും ഒരു തിയേറ്റർ നടക്കും. അപ്പൊ അത് മാനേജ് ചെയ്യേണ്ട കോർപ്പറേഷൻ അല്ലേ? അപ്പൊ അതുകൊണ്ട് അതിന്റെ ഒരു
So any questions from the floor? Anybody else? Yeah.
പിന്നെ ഈ നമ്മുടെ 2000 ഡാറ്റ കളക്ട് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ 2014-15 മുതൽ എടുത്താലല്ലേ നമുക്ക് ഒരു കമ്പാരിസൺ പറ്റും. ബിക്കോസ് ദർ വാസ് എ കോവിഡ് ഇൻ ബിറ്റ്വീൻ. അപ്പൊ 2015 അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടാണ് 15 കഴിഞ്ഞപ്പോഴാണ് ഒരു റീഓർഗനൈസേഷൻ വന്നിട്ട് പല മുനിസിപ്പാലിറ്റീസും കോൺസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്തത്. സോ അതിന് മുന്നേ ഉള്ള ഡാറ്റ നമുക്ക് കിട്ടുന്നില്ല. അങ്ങനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ കുറെ ഇത് റെസ്ട്രിക്ട് ചെയ്തത്. അപ്പൊ ക്ലിയർ ഒരു പിക്ചർ കിട്ടണമെങ്കിൽ ഡാറ്റ കിട്ടണമെങ്കിൽ ഭയങ്കര
basically I worked with the IKM data, whatever issues it had. Anyway, these are somewhat like on entertainment tax and road we have somehow actually come up with the good results.
Okay.
And
differences. നമ്മൾ കളക്ട് ചെയ്തത് തമ്മിൽ ഡിഫറൻസ് ഉണ്ടാവും.
But then I mean 2023-24 panchayats 9 crores is your entertainment tax on the whole. Municipalities it's 18 crores. Corporations it is 30. Yeah, all put together. Corporations 32 crores. We can check whether it matches with your entertainment tax. About monthly.
ഇത്
41 crores collected in tax in Gram Panchayats. 9 crores is from entertainment tax. That's an HSO. which happened after.
1% only.
1%.
941 crore correctly.
എല്ലാം property tax.
All taxes together. Non-tax.
എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ കളക്ഷൻ ഇല്ല എന്നാണ് എന്റെ അർത്ഥം.
Around 1%.
ഒരു കോടി വരുന്നുണ്ട്. 941 പഞ്ചായത്ത്.
Yeah.
And then you have 941 crore.
അല്ല,
കളക്ഷൻ പോയി.
That is mainly, that is no,
70% ഒക്കെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു.
oh,
941 17% എടുക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് മനസ്സിലാവും.
നമ്മുടെ നാട്ടിലെ പഞ്ചായത്ത് 17% ഒന്നുമില്ല.
അല്ല, പഞ്ചായത്തിനല്ല, മുനിസിപ്പാലിറ്റീസ്.
മുനിസിപ്പാലിറ്റി
നമ്മുടെ ചെറുതല്ലേ നമ്മുടെ ഈ പഞ്ചായത്തിന്റെ ആൾക്കാർ വന്ന് നിൽക്കും.
അത് അവിടുന്ന് സ്റ്റീൽ ചെയ്തിട്ടാണ് ടിക്കറ്റ് തിയേറ്ററിൽ കൊണ്ടുപോവാ. ലോക്കൽ അതോറിറ്റീസ്.
ഇയർലി 25% ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു എന്റർടൈൻമെന്റ് ടാക്സ്. 25% ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു എന്റർടൈൻമെന്റ് ടാക്സ്.
Another reason is that our definition is very restricted. ഇപ്പൊ നമ്മള് പഞ്ചായത്ത് ചെന്ന് ചോദിക്കുമ്പോൾ എന്റർടൈൻമെന്റ് ടാക്സ് തരുമ്പോ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് തിയേറ്റർ ഇല്ല, തിയേറ്റർ മാത്രമാണ് എന്റർടൈൻമെന്റ് ടാക്സ് എന്നുള്ള ഒരു കോൺസെപ്റ്റിലേ. പക്ഷെ അത് നമ്മൾ ബ്രോഡൻ ചെയ്തേ പറ്റുള്ളൂ ഇന്നത്തെ സിറ്റുവേഷൻ അനുസരിച്ച്. ഇപ്പൊ എല്ലാ മോൾസിലും ചെറിയ ചെറിയ ഏരിയാസെങ്കിലും ഉണ്ട്.
ഒക്കെ ട്രെൻഡ് നോക്കിയിട്ടൊക്കെ ഈ നമ്മുടെ കരുണാകരൻ സാറിന്റെ ഒരു അതിനകത്ത് ഈ എന്റർടൈൻമെന്റ് ടാക്സിന്റെ ഒരു പ്രൊപ്പോർഷൻ നോക്കി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റിംഗ് ആയിരിക്കും. ജസ്റ്റ് ടു മെൻഷൻ
actually around 1%. Share.
14-15 കൂടുതലുണ്ട്. 14-15 കോർപ്പറേഷനിൽ
നല്ല
ഓൺ ആവറേജ് 15
നല്ല income ഉണ്ട്.
Corporations,
ഏതാണ്?
yeah, 10%.
10%.
14-15 9.6 percent.
അതിപ്പോ 1% ആവാന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ
കോർപ്പറേഷനിൽ 1% എന്നല്ലേ? കോർപ്പറേഷനിൽ 5.4%.
5.4.
മറ്റേ ഇല്ലാതെ
മറ്റേ ഗ്രാമപഞ്ചായത്തിലാണ്.
അപ്പൊ എന്തായാലും
But then, yeah. പിന്നെ എനിക്കൊരു ഡൗട്ട് ഉള്ളത് ഈ നമ്മളുടെ ലോസ് കണക്കാക്കുമ്പോൾ യു ആർ ടോക്കിംഗ് അബൌട്ട് ലോസ്, അഗ്രിഗേറ്റ് ലോസ് എന്നൊരു ഫിഗർ യു ആർ ഗിവിംഗ് ഫോർ അഡ്വർടൈസ്മെന്റ്. That's for the years which you have taken. And yearly average loss അല്ല പറഞ്ഞിരിക്കുന്നത്.
17-18 to 23-24.
സബ്സ്യൂം ചെയ്തു
5 years.
അതിന്റെ yearly average നോക്കുന്നത് ശരിയല്ല. ഇപ്പൊ നമ്മള് ഇന്ന വർഷം മുതൽ ഇന്ന വർഷം വരെ എന്നല്ലേ? അത് നമ്മള് we should always keep in mind. Okay, 40 എത്ര 17-18 to
22-23-24.
cumulative.
അത് ലോസ് അങ്ങനെ എടുക്കാൻ പറ്റില്ല. 2021 21-22 എന്റർടൈൻമെന്റ് ഇൻഡസ്ട്രി ഇല്ല. അപ്പൊ പിന്നെ അത് ഒഴിവാക്കിയിട്ട് നോക്കാം ലാസ്റ്റ് 2 years.
With that, I'm saying that so that's the thing which one has to specifically say that for the entire period, the cumulative loss of this.
അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഏറ്റവും നല്ലത് ഒരു വർഷത്തേക്ക് എടുക്കാം. മറ്റേ ആ പ്രോബ്ലം ബിയസ് എല്ലാം കളഞ്ഞിട്ട് ഒരൊറ്റ വർഷത്തേക്ക് എടുത്തു കഴിഞ്ഞാല് ഒരു വർഷം കൊണ്ടുണ്ടാവുന്ന നഷ്ടം അതിപ്പോ
annual loss.
അതിപ്പോ അത് ഒരു 3 സിറ്റി കോർപ്പറേഷൻ ഇവിടെ ഉണ്ട്, ബാക്കി 3 സിറ്റി കോർപ്പറേഷൻ ഉണ്ടാകുമ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് അങ്ങനെ പ്രൊജക്ട് ചെയ്യാലോ. അതുപോലെ
അങ്ങനെയല്ല, ഇങ്ങനെ ഇയർ വൈസ് ഡേറ്റ ഉണ്ടല്ലോ മറ്റു കോർപ്പറേഷൻസ്.
കോർപ്പറേഷൻസിന്റെ സെപ്പറേറ്റ് അഗ്രിഗേറ്റ് ചെയ്തിരിക്കുകയാണ്. കോർപ്പറേഷൻസ് അവൈലബിൾ ആണ്.
3 നമുക്ക് ഓൾറെഡി ഉണ്ട്. 3 കൂടെ കിട്ടിയാൽ നന്നായി.
ബാക്കിയുള്ള ഞാൻ മൊത്തത്തിൽ അഡ്വർടൈസ്മെന്റ് തന്നിരുന്നുണ്ട്
അതില് പക്ഷെ അത് നമുക്ക് അത്ര കറക്റ്റ് ഞങ്ങള് പോയി കളക്ട് ചെയ്ത് തന്നെയാ യൂസ് ചെയ്തേ.
കോഴിക്കോടേ ഉള്ളൂ. മേജർ കോർപ്പറേഷൻസ്.
അതില് കണ്ണൂരൊക്കെ വരുമ്പോ കോർപ്പറേറ്റ് എടുത്ത് 15 മുതലുള്ള ഡാറ്റയേ ഉള്ളൂ.
അല്ല, അത് ഫോർമേഷൻ ലേറ്റ്
അത് പിന്നീടല്ലേ വരുന്നത്.
അതെ, അതുകൊണ്ട് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് 15, 16, 17 2 years കിട്ടിയാൽ തന്നെ ആഫ്റ്റർ ദാറ്റ് ആണല്ലോ ഇതിന്റെ ഒരു ഇമ്പാക്ട് നോക്കുന്നത്.
But something which is very encouraging is that when other states responded in a more intelligent manner to protect their local interests, why we couldn't do? Why was there no coordination among the states?
ആക്ച്വലി നമ്മൾ ഇത് നിർത്തിയത് എന്തിനാണെന്നുള്ളതാണ്.
ഏറ്റവും വലിയ ദുരന്തത്തിലായത്.
ഇപ്പൊ ആക്ച്വലി നമ്മൾ കളക്ട് ചെയ്തിരുന്ന 25% ആണ് ടിക്കറ്റ്. അല്ല മാം,
ഡബിൾ ടാക്സേഷൻ വരുന്നെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു.
അല്ല മാം, എങ്കിലും നമ്മൾ 25% ആണ്
നടത്തിട്ടൊക്കെ ചെയ്തു.
പക്ഷെ അവര് എന്റർടൈൻമെന്റ് ടാക്സ് ഫുൾ ആണ് നിർത്തിയത്.
വലിയ ഇഷ്യൂ ആയിരുന്നു.
അപ്പൊ ഈ അമ്യൂസ്മെന്റ് പാർക്കിന്റെ എല്ലാം പോയി.
ഉണ്ടാക്കി.
അല്ല, പക്ഷെ അപ്പം ഓവർലുക്ക് ചെയ്തെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ അതർ ഫോംസ് ഓഫ് എന്റർടൈൻമെന്റ് ടാക്സിനെ നോക്കിയില്ല. Another point is that we were collecting 25% of GST at that time. And GST was only 8%. At least we should have collected our remaining 7%.
ഇപ്പൊ അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് 7 വെച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്. 18 plus 7, 25. ആ മാക്സിമത്തിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ് അങ്ങനെ വെച്ചത്.
അല്ല അത് പിന്നെ ഒരു ആ പ്രശ്നങ്ങളൊക്കെ ഉണ്ടായപ്പം ഉണ്ടായ ഒരു മിക്സാണ്. പക്ഷെ ഇപ്പൊ നമുക്കത് റിവൈവ് ചെയ്യാം. കാരണം വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഒന്നാമത് ഈ സ്റ്റേറ്റ് ഗവൺമെന്റിന്റെ ഭാവി സ്റ്റേറ്റ് ഗവൺമെന്റ് കൺസ്ട്രെയിൻഡ് ആണ്. ഈ നികുതികളൊന്നുമില്ല. അപ്പൊ യഥാർത്ഥത്തിൽ കേരള മോഡലിൽ സർവൈവ് ചെയ്യണമെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഇതുപോലെ ചില്ലറ അവിടെ ഇവിടെ കിട്ടുന്ന പൈസ ഒക്കെ വാങ്ങിച്ചെടുത്താല് റോഡും ഒക്കെ മെയിൻറ്റെയിൻ.
They are amended their rules. All the states have amended their rules, their Panchayat Act, everything.
ഒരു പണി നടന്നിട്ടില്ല.
എന്റർടൈൻമെന്റ് ടാക്സ് ഈ മിനിമം വെച്ചിട്ട്
GST
ഉണ്ടല്ലോ.
ഈ രണ്ട് കാര്യങ്ങളും ഈ ബോണ്ട് ഇഷ്യൂ ചെയ്യുന്നതിന്റെ കാര്യത്തില് ബോണ്ട് ഇഷ്യൂ ചെയ്യണം എന്നുള്ളത് there are many committees which are recommended. ഉമ്മൻചാണ്ടിന്റെ കമ്മിറ്റിയും എല്ലാം ഈ പിന്നെ ക്യാപിറ്റൽ മാർക്കറ്റിൽ ഉപയോഗിക്കണം എന്നുള്ള റെക്കമെൻഡേഷൻ ഉണ്ട്. നമ്മൾ വീണ്ടും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ആ ക്യാപിറ്റൽ മാർക്കറ്റിനെ ഉപയോഗിക്കണം, ബോണ്ട് ഇഷ്യൂ ചെയ്യണം പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് കാര്യമില്ല. അത് പറയാൻ എളുപ്പമുണ്ടോ? പക്ഷെ ബോണ്ട് ഇഷ്യൂ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ വളരെ സീരിയസ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു പ്രശ്നമാണ്. കാരണം ആ ബോണ്ട് ഇഷ്യൂ ചെയ്യണമെങ്കിൽ ഏതെല്ലാം മുനിസിപ്പാലിറ്റി അനുവദിക്കാം, അത് അനുവദിക്കണമെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ എന്ത് തരത്തിലുള്ള റെഗുലേറ്ററി ഫ്രെയിംവർക്ക് വേണം, അവരുടെ കപ്പാസിറ്റി നോക്കണം, അവരുടെ വരുമാനം നോക്കണം, വേറെ ബാധ്യതകൾ നോക്കണം, അതിനുള്ള സ്ഥിര സംവിധാനം വേണം. അങ്ങനെ അഡ്മിനിസ്ട്രേറ്റീവ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള എല്ലാ മെഷേഴ്സും കൂടെ വന്നിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു റെക്കമെൻഡേഷൻ വന്നിട്ട് കാര്യമുള്ളൂ. അത് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഗവൺമെന്റിന് ഒരു പോളിസി ഓർഡർ വിശദമായിട്ട് ഇറക്കാൻ പറ്റുന്ന രീതിയിലുള്ള അങ്ങനെയുള്ള ഇൻപുട്സ് അക്കാഡമിഷ്യൻസിന്റെ ഭാഗത്ത് നിന്ന് കൊടുത്തെങ്കിൽ ഗവൺമെന്റ് നടക്കുന്നില്ല. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ആരും പോയി ഇതൊന്നും പഠിച്ച് ഇങ്ങനൊക്കെ ചെയ്യാനൊന്നും പോകുന്നില്ല. അവരെ അഡ്വൈസ് ചെയ്യും, അവരും അഡ്വൈസ് ചെയ്യും, എല്ലാവരും അഡ്വൈസ് ചെയ്തൊക്കെ പോകും. ഏതെങ്കിലും നമുക്ക്
അതും സാർ ഫ്രെയിം ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട് ഗൈഡ്ലൈൻസ്.
രണ്ടും അഡ്വർടൈസ്മെന്റിന്റെയും ഇതും പിന്നെ ഇതല്ല നമ്മൾ ഇവിടുന്ന് നമുക്ക് കൊടുക്കാം. രാജീവാണ് ഈ സംഭവം നമ്മൾ ഡ്രാഫ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാം. ഡ്രാഫ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുമ്പം അത് കുറച്ചുകൂടെ ഒരു കൺസൾട്ടേഷൻ നടത്തുക. രണ്ട് കാര്യത്തിൽ ഇപ്പൊ പിന്നെ മറ്റേ ഈ ഇതിന്റെ സ്റ്റഡി നന്നായിട്ട് എമർജ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്, മുനിസിപ്പൽ ബോർഡിന്റെയും നന്നായിട്ട് എമർജ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. അപ്പൊ രണ്ടും നമുക്ക് പോളിസി തലത്തിൽ ഇമ്മീഡിയറ്റ് ആയിട്ട് ഒരു ഗവൺമെന്റിന് ആക്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്ന ഒരു സംഭവത്തിന്
അതിനനുസരിച്ച് നമ്മൾ ഫൈനൽ പ്രോഡക്റ്റ് which can pass without much problematic. അത് ചെയ്യണം, നമ്മൾ ഹോംവർക്ക് ചെയ്യണം. ലോ ബാങ്ക്
അത് ഡ്രാഫ്റ്റ് ഉണ്ടാക്കാം. ഒരു ഫ്രെയിംവർക്ക് ഉണ്ടാക്കിയിട്ട് അതനുസരിച്ച്
അതിന്റെ പ്രോസസ്സ് കൂടെ അറിയിച്ചു കൊടുക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ
പിന്നെ അതിന്റെ കൂടെ GST-കാരായിട്ട് ഒരു ചർച്ച നടത്തിയിട്ട് അവിടെ അവരുടെ ഭാഗത്ത്
എന്തുമാത്രം ഈ ഒരു കളക്ഷൻ ഈ
സബ്സ്യൂം ചെയ്തു പോയത് GST-യുടെ കയ്യിലുള്ള ഭാഗം അവരെന്തെങ്കിലും ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടോ, അതിന്റെ എന്താണ്, അവർ എത്രമാത്രം എഫിഷ്യന്റ് ആയിട്ട് ആ നീതി വിധിക്കുന്നുണ്ടോ എന്നൊക്കെ അറിയാം.
ഹോർഡിങ്സ് ഒക്കെ വരുന്നവർ എങ്ങനെ ഐഡന്റിഫൈ
GST
എങ്ങനെ ഹോർഡിങ്സ് അവിടെ ഉണ്ടോ, അവർക്ക് എങ്ങനെ മെക്കാനിസം അതെങ്ങനെ ഐഡന്റിഫൈ ചെയ്യും?
അതാ പറഞ്ഞാൽ അത് ഈ ഒന്നാമത്തെ കാര്യം
സർവീസ് സെക്ടർ ആയിട്ടാണ് അവര് ഇത്ര ടേൺ ഓവർ വെച്ചിട്ട് അയാള് ആ ഒരു സർവീസ് പ്രൊവൈഡർ ആണ് അത് കൊടുക്കുന്നത്, GST കൊടുക്കുന്നത്. ഇതിന്റെ ആരാണോ അത് വെക്കുന്ന ആ സർവീസ് പ്രൊവൈഡർ ആണ് GST ആയിട്ട് കൊടുക്കുന്നത്. അതിന് അവര് രജിസ്റ്റർ ചെയ്യും, ആ സർവീസ് പ്രൊവൈഡർ രജിസ്റ്റർ ചെയ്യണമല്ലോ GST-യിൽ, എന്നിട്ട് അതില് ടാക്സ് കൊടുക്കുക. അത് പുള്ളി ചിലപ്പോൾ വേറെ
അഡ്വർടൈസ്മെന്റ് ഏജൻസികളും
അങ്ങനെയുണ്ട്. അഡ്വർടൈസ്മെന്റ് ഏജൻസി 20 lakhs എന്നിട്ട് അവര് GST കൊടുക്കും.
ഇതിന് അതേ സമയത്ത് എവിടെ ഒരു അഡ്മിനിസ്ട്രേഷൻ ലോക്കൽ അതോറിറ്റീസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്, അവർക്കുള്ള സാങ്ഷൻ കൊടുക്കുന്നതും അപ്പൊ അവർക്ക് ആ സമയത്ത് ആപ്ലിക്കേഷൻ ഫീ വാങ്ങാം, ലൈസൻസിങ് വാങ്ങാം, അത് റിന്യൂവൽ ഫീസ് വാങ്ങാം. അങ്ങനെയൊക്കെയാണ് ബാക്കി സ്റ്റേറ്റ്സ് വാങ്ങുന്നത്. നമുക്കും ഒരു ആക്ട് ഉണ്ട്, റൂൾ ഉണ്ട്, നമുക്ക് 1999 ഒരു സ്ട്രക്ചർ ഉണ്ട്. അതിനൊന്നും കൂടെ അമെൻഡ് ചെയ്താൽ മതി.
അതിനകത്ത് ഇല്ലാത്ത ഫീസ് വാങ്ങിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഉടനെ കോടതി. അതും ഇവര് പറയുന്നുണ്ട് ഈ ചർച്ചയ്ക്ക് നമ്മുടെ അടുത്ത് ആൾക്കാർ പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ കമ്മീഷന്റെ മുമ്പിൽ അവർ പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്തപ്പോ ഇതുപോലുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ പറയുന്നുണ്ട്. അത് ഓരോ കേസുകൾ ചരിത്രം അവർക്ക് അനുഭവം
നമുക്ക് റൂൾസ് വേണം, റൂൾസ് അനുസരിച്ചേ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും, റൂൾസ് വേണം നമുക്ക്.
എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ്
അല്ല, അവര് തന്ന സജഷൻസും കൂടെ തരികയാണെങ്കിൽ അതുകൂടെ
അത് തരാം, അത് ഇന്ററാക്റ്റീവ് കമ്മ്യൂണിറ്റി ആയിരുന്നു. Any questions about entertainment? Anything about cinema? No problem. And the estimate.
എല്ലാരും ലോകം ആരൊക്കെ ലോകം കാണാത്തത്? ഇല്ല, കാണാത്തത് ചോദിച്ചാൽ
ഗിഫ്റ്റിൽ ഒരുപാട് എന്റർടൈൻമെന്റ് പ്രോഗ്രാംസ് നടക്കും.
ടാക്സ്
ടാക്സ് ഏർപ്പെടുത്തേണ്ടതാണ്. ഓണസദ്യ, ഓണം പരിപാടി.
I think ഇത് ഇങ്ങനെ പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് രണ്ടുപേരും വർത്താനം ചിരിച്ചാലും ടാക്സ് കൊടുക്കും.
എന്റർടൈൻമെന്റിന്റെ ഇതിന്റെ ഡെഫിനിഷൻ ലെവൽ
ഈ ഡയറക്ടർ എപ്പോഴും മറന്നു. ഓണസദ്യ കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടാ പറഞ്ഞത്, അയ്യോ ഇന്ന് ഉച്ചയ്ക്ക് ഓണസദ്യ വിളിക്കാൻ മറന്നുപോയി.
സദ്യ കഴിക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങി, അയ്യോ വിളിച്ചില്ല.
Okay, thank you very much. Nice. Any
സെക്ടറൽ ലെവൽ ഒരു അനാലിസിസ് നടത്തിയായിരുന്നു GSTക്ക് ശേഷം. അപ്പൊ അതിനകത്ത് സർവീസ് ഗ്രൂപ്പ്സ് ആയിട്ട് അവര് എന്റർടൈൻമെന്റിനെ വെച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു.
ആനന്ദും സിംഗും അൻസിംഗും.
അതൊന്നും ഇങ്ങോട്ട് അയച്ചേക്കണേ.
ആ ശരി. അപ്പൊ അതിനകത്ത് എന്റർടൈൻമെന്റ്
ഞാനത് രാവിലെ ഇതിനോട് ചോദിച്ചതാ, എന്നിട്ട് കോപ്പി ഇല്ല.
ഗ്രോത്ത് റേറ്റ്
അല്ല, അത് മറ്റേ GSTയുടെ അല്ലാതെ എത്രയുണ്ട്?
22 എന്നാണ്, 20 സംതിങ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു.
അത് അത് നമ്മുടെ ഇതോ അല്ല, ഞാൻ വിചാരിച്ച അതല്ല, എന്റർടൈൻമെന്റിന്റെ ഒരെണ്ണം ചെയ്തായിരുന്നു, മിനിമം ഡെവലപ്മെന്റ് കോർപ്പറേഷൻ. അതാ ഞാൻ ചോദിച്ചത്. അത് പറയുന്നത് അത് ഒട്ടും ശരിയല്ലല്ലോ. ശരിയേ ഇത് ഏതാ നമ്മൾ നോക്കാം.
Okay, thank you very much.
ചായ